As the universe's earliest moments unfolded, a profound transformation took place. The breath of creation, once a unified force, began to divide and reflect upon itself. This awakening marked the emergence of the first sea, a vast expanse of fluid energy that would eventually give rise to the cosmos as we know it today. The gentle hum of vibrations, akin to the quiet rustling of leaves on an autumn breeze, filled the primordial environment. Within this seemingly still setting, the universe began to take shape. The constant sea emerged, symbolizing the unchanging speed at which every electromagnetic whisper would travel. Space began to stretch and bend, as if it were being woven from the threads of a cosmic tapestry. The very fabric of reality became imbued with standing waves, whose interference patterns built geometry upon geometry. These oscillations followed a subtle harmony that governed the behavior of all particles within the universe. This was the rhythm of existence itself, etched into the fabric of space-time, like the lines on a wise old sage's face. At the heart of this swirling vortex lay the Vesica Piscis, an ancient diagram that encoded the secrets of unity and duality. This mystical form was born from the overlapping circles of awareness, where the universe perceived itself as both one and many. It was here that the ratio of width to height embedded the constant √3, a proportion that would govern the formation of hexagons, snowflakes, and crystalline water. As the waters condensed, regions of higher amplitude gathered energy, while troughs relaxed into calm. Potential wells emerged, like the gentle slope of a cosmic hillside. These regions were characterized by a perfect balance, governed by the equation, V of x equals 1/2 kx squared. Here, k measured the stiffness of the universal spring, as the young cosmos learned to resonate around equilibrium. Through these rippling wells, energy began to differentiate, like the first tender shoots of a new plant pushing through the soil. What had been one vibration divided into spectral families, each note a variation of the same underlying wave. Temperature, density, and pressure were not yet born, only differing cadences of vibration filled the cosmic ocean. In this realm, the fundamental interactions that would shape the universe's evolution were still fluid and malleable. The dance of particles was a harmonious waltz, where every movement influenced the next in an intricate ballet of light and matter. And at the heart of this celestial rhythm lay memory, the recognition of movement within stillness. As we delve deeper into the cosmic tapestry, the equations that govern our reality begin to emerge. V equals F lambda defines how any oscillation propagates through spacetime, a fundamental concept in quantum field theory. The constant c, approximately 2.998 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, marks the formation of light's invariant speed, a property arising from the symmetry of Maxwell's equations. The Vesica Piscis metaphorically encodes wave interference and constructive overlap, the geometric model of standing waves producing stable nodes, precursors to structure. The potential function, V of x equals 1/2 kx squared, mirrors the harmonic oscillator, the foundation of quantum mechanics, and the governing equation of vibration from molecules to cosmic strings. In contemplating these equations, we gaze upon the first surface of the infinite ocean, the mirror where unity becomes duality, and motion becomes remembrance. We behold the cosmic tapestry, woven from the threads of spacetime, as the universe awakens to its own harmony. The awakening of the waters is a tale of cosmic proportions, a story that weaves together the fundamental forces of existence. It is a testament to the boundless creativity and imagination that lies at the heart of the universe. As we gaze upon this celestial tapestry, we are reminded of our place within the grand scheme, as a fleeting moment in the eternal dance of creation. In the words of the great cosmic poet, the universe is not only stranger than we think, it is stranger than we can think. Factual cosmic equations. 1. V equals F lambda, from quantum field theory. 2. C is approximately 2.998 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, from Maxwell's equations. 3. The square root of 3, the vesica-Pisces ratio of width to height. 4. V of x equals 1/2 kx squared, the harmonic oscillator. Conclusion. The awakening of the waters is a tale of cosmic proportions, a story that weaves together the fundamental forces of existence. As we gaze upon this celestial tapestry, we are reminded of our place within the grand scheme, as a fleeting moment in the eternal dance of creation. In contemplating these equations, we behold the harmony of existence, where unity and duality entwine like the threads of a cosmic loom. And so, we return to the words of the great cosmic poet. The universe is not only stranger than we think, it is stranger than we can think. Scholars decoding, unveiling the cosmic tapestry. In the quest for understanding the fundamental laws governing our universe, we find ourselves at the threshold of a profound discovery. Our 3 of the Codex of the First Geometry presents a pivotal moment in the evolution of structure and electromagnetic order. This essay will delve into the intricacies of this hour, exploring the geometric concepts that underlie the emergence of light as a fundamental aspect of our reality. At its core, our 3 describes the formation of a triangle, often referred to as the first form, or the minimal structure capable of enclosure. This geometric entity is characterized by 3 points, not on a single line, which define a plane. The equilateral triangle, with all sides equal and angles of 60 degrees, takes center stage in this hour. The encoded ratio within its edges, expressed in radians as pi/3, contains the eternal ratio of the circle, allowing for the storage of infinity within finitude. The triangular structure gives rise to a column of light, comprising photons, or quanta of light that oscillate at right angles. E of t equals E sub 0, times the sine of omega t, B of t equals B sub 0, times the sine of omega t plus pi/2. The quarter turn, pi/2, marks the moment when geometry becomes light. This transformation is not merely a semantic shift, but rather a fundamental change in the nature of reality itself. From this cross-like structure emerges the pillar of light, which serves as the axis around which all rotation finds its measure. This central pillar is both vertical and symmetrical, aligning the sea of potential, and scattering waves into spirals that spin upward in opposite chiralities. The dual spin inherent in these spirals gives rise to the fundamental dance of charge and motion, ultimately seeding magnetism. The tetrahedral shadow projected by the pillar represents a 4-faced pyramid resting upon its base, reflecting one aspect of the first breath: space, time, energy, and awareness. This tetrahedron's height h to base edge is governed by the relation h equals the square root of 2/3 times a. The universe has discovered strength through symmetry, as this proportion recurs in molecular chemistry and crystal lattices. As the tetrahedral geometry expands, its vertices map the coordinates of the first lattice. Charge is separate, giving rise to positive and negative charges. The pillar's passage inscribes orientation into reality, defining north and south, spin up and spin down. This differentiation will ultimately lead to the formation of stars, but for now, it remains a purely geometric phenomenon, the law of polarity inscribed within light. The pillar hums at frequency f equals c/λ, with each wavelength representing a rung upon its luminous ascent. To ascend this ladder is to move through the electromagnetic spectrum itself, from the slow crimson murmur of radio waves to the blue-white whisper of gamma rays. Every octave on this ladder still sings the triangle's song. Scholars decoding the geometry of light. Our 3 describes a phase when energy condensed into the first stable quantum fields, giving rise to structure and electromagnetic order. The triangle symbolizes the establishment of 3-dimensional spatial orientation, while the relations E of t equals E sub 0, times the sine of omega t, and B of t equals B sub 0, times the sine of omega t plus pi/2, express the orthogonal oscillation of electric and magnetic components in light waves. The phase difference of π/2 defines the self-propagating nature of electromagnetic radiation. This fundamental aspect will be explored further in subsequent hours, as we delve into the intricacies of light-matter interactions and the role of geometry in shaping our reality. In conclusion, hour 3 presents a pivotal moment in the evolution of our universe, where geometry gives rise to the emergence of light as a fundamental aspect of reality. The pillar of light, with its tetrahedral shadow and symmetrical structure, embodies the harmony between space, time, energy, and awareness. As we continue to unravel the secrets of this hour, we gain insight into the intricate dance between geometry and electromagnetic order, ultimately shedding light on the fundamental laws governing our cosmos. Hour 4, Waters of Depth. A. Technical commentary. The fourth sigil of the duet sequence introduces reflection as a structural principle. Its geometry consists of two equilateral triangles interlocked point to point, forming a 6-point hexagram. The composition's harmonic proportion is derived from the 1, 2, square root 3 relationship intrinsic to the 60-degree angles of the equilateral triangle. When two such triangles invert and overlap, they create 12 radiating lines that function as vectors of balance, each angle mirrored and resolved across a central axis. This duality expresses the physics of interference, two equal waves intersecting to create a standing pattern. The figure's inner hexagon represents the stable field generated when opposite forces, compression and expansion, ascent and descent, reach resonance. In geometric language, this is constructive interference. In cosmology, it is the meeting of current and countercurrent that forms the fabric of manifestation. The waters referenced in tradition correspond to the realm of reflection, where every act produces its echo. The interlocking triangles translate this concept into form. The upper triangle symbolizes the downward motion of spirit into matter, the lower marks the upward response of matter toward consciousness. The intersecting lines define equilibrium zones where the two motions coexist without cancellation. Mathematically, the hexagram's symmetry yields 6 identical sectors of 60 degrees, allowing rotational stability and representing the first closed system of motion within the duet cycle. Each point of the outer triangle aligns to the vertices of the previous spiral, hour 3, while the inner geometry anchors the pattern's expansion. Through this arrangement, the figure establishes a harmonic medium, order within motion, surface upon depth. B. Esoteric reading. At the mouth of the cavern, light meets its reflection and calls it water. The waters of depth are not fluid but mirror, they answer motion with equal grace. What descends now finds its twin ascending, each folding through the other until neither knows which was first. Ra's bark enters these mirrored planes like thought entering memory. Every ripple he causes returns upon itself, carrying both question and reply. Above and below weave the same pattern, a star born from its own reflection. To gaze upon this sigil is to witness the law of correspondence. What you see is what you become aware of seeing, wave observing wave. The triangles are not two, they are one movement crossing itself. Their union forms the lattice that will hold every later shape, the invisible grid upon which experience floats. The ancients called this the hour of deep listening. Within these waters, sound learns how to echo, light how to shimmer. The soul feels itself refracted, multiplied through understanding. Stand still before it and you will feel the rhythm of the world moving through you. Up and down, out and in, each breath returning the same gift it took. Here the journey stops pretending to move, it begins to flow.